Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Plum Crazy Adventure.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. We're back. Hey, I just wanted to say real quick. I know last week we weren't on, but it was Father's Day, and I was just having too much fun hanging out and waiting on some of my kids to call me. Anyway, but I just wanted to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and hope you guys had a great weekend. I know I did. I sure had a lot of fun hanging out with my dad and hanging out with the little guy here. So
Yep, absolutely. Bear with us. We're just trying to get everything up and running. I have no idea what's happening on that, but that's okay. Okay, give me one more second. I'm just looking up something really quickly.
Sorry, guys. We're
technical difficulties. We were trying very hard to be onto TikTok, and it's just not happening very well. So, and that's kind of what he's doing as we're doing our live, which, I love when we do this kind of stuff. It's just not my thing. So, anywho, thank you all for coming in and joining us. We hope that you guys have had a great week and enjoyed this rain-free weekend. If you're in our neck of the woods, that was wonderful.
Yes.
Not so thrilled about the heat, but what are we going to do with that? So we're just going to have to figure it out and just forget it.
I'm good.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
He's frustrating me, people.
I always frustrate her.
He does. So I did want to say a big thank you to our 952 subscribers there on YouTube.
Yes.
I really appreciate you guys sticking with us. We actually ended up completely deleting out footage that we had that we just could not stand of our Royal Pacific video. And by we, I mean me. I was very frustrated by it, which is part of why we haven't had an edited video in a while. So expect to have an edited video of the Royal Pacific Resort at Universal Orlando this week. We are super excited to get it out there, doing something a little bit different. We think it's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely very excited for that. I also wanted to give a huge shout out to our 559 followers on Facebook, our 1,376 followers on Instagram, and TikTok people. Eventually, we're going to get you in here. There's 55 of you right now, but we're hoping to be able to continue raising that up.
We're working on it. That's what I've been trying to get done tonight, and unfortunately I started it like 2 minutes right before we went live. So
yeah,
I'm actually seeing myself on the TikTok thing on my phone.
Just won't let us go live.
Yeah, just won't let us go live. I got to answer a bunch of questions, jump through hoops and blood and firstborn child. I mean, I'll be about it. Yeah, I mean, that'll be okay.
Let me get into the comments here. Make sure Christopher's not yelling at us on here because he probably heard that one.
Yep.
All right. So this evening we are actually going to be chatting about the Sandals Royal Bahamian. Let me pull it up here.
Such a beautiful place. I don't know if you guys have been following us all week, but we've been doing a lot of posts, a lot of stuff on socials and stuff, all about it. Just kind of tempting your appetite about wanting maybe to go there this fall or this winter to kind of escape the winter blues and the snow and cold and the very, very, very cold.
Yeah. So I actually feel like this is going to be a perfect winter destination. But before we get into that, I wanted to share some of the history of the Sandals Royal Bahamian because I thought it was really, really interesting. So this property actually underwent a $55 million renovation and reopened in January of 2022. So it is still going to feel very, very new in a lot of sections, particularly the Island Village section, because that was completely built up and brand new when the resort reopened in January of 2022. And they also have some really fantastic swim outs on the West Side Village or West Bay. They also have what is happening? Okay.
Pay attention to them. Don't pay attention to me.
See, he tells me not to, but then he does this, and it totally distracts me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Back into what you're doing.
So I thought that was really, really cool that there's this really beautiful resort that's been recently renovated. It's one of the only all-inclusives that you can get in the Bahamas right now. Most of them are under European plans, so it's nice to be able to know you can go to this property, know that it's full-on luxury because it's a Sandals product. They're very particular about their Sandals locations. It's going to be good because of that name, and then having the all-inclusive in the newly renovated. So very, very excited about that.
Yep.
Another thing that I think is really cool, it's a kind of a like feather in their cap, is this actually used to be the property that the Duke and Duchess of Windsor used to frequent, and was the personal retreat for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you guys are into British history, I know my friend Mia is absolutely obsessed with the royals. If you happen to be into the Netflix series The Crown, there's going to be some nods and stuff with the Duke and Duchess of Windsor in that.
Mm-hmm.
And you may find out a little bit of information about this before it became a Sandals. So thought that was a really, really, really cool tie-in if you guys are into that kind of thing. So let me figure out how to get this to work, because it's been 2 weeks, and yeah.
Just to let you guys know, if you're in the background, our Great Dane is going through kind of a sneezing fit right now, so bear with us.
Yeah, he woke up. He's been sleeping all day, but
yeah, well, it's a dog days summer, so I mean,
he's also going to be 10 next month, so he can sleep all day. I don't care.
And it's 95 degrees outside, so
exactly. So as you can see here, beautiful flying photo that I found. This is of American Airlines flying. They're going to be the airline that I will probably recommend most of my clients to fly with to get down into the Bahamas, because out of Pittsburgh and out of Columbus, it's an easy flight to Charlotte, and then from Charlotte down into Nassau.
Yep.
So it's a very easy flight, about 5 hours of travel time. Obviously, you're going to have to add in your time to get to the airport and then sitting in the airport. But it's going to be more of a half-day travel experience, as opposed to you're literally traveling all day and totally exhausted and have no energy left for anything else by the time you get to some of these other all-inclusive properties. So
the nice thing about getting down there, you know, who cares? Just get on the beach, sit back, have a nice umbrella drink, and chillax for the rest of the day.
Right. And for those of you that are looking at this, just as a heads up, and I'll mention it a couple more times throughout the stream in case you guys can hear late, this is an all-inclusive adult-only property. You have to be at least 18 in order to be able to stay here. So there's another reason why I was like, ooh, this might be a really great one, because, like, for instance, Scott and me, like, when we want to go somewhere, sometimes we don't want to necessarily be super far away, because what happens, and with this, we know that we're going to be in the Bahamas, which, it's out of the country, and I mean, you're looking at a 5-ish hour trip to get back by flight, but that's better than 6 or 7 to 12 hours, depending on some of the other locations within the Caribbean.
Yeah, the Bahamas and Florida are, what, 60 miles apart, I think it's what it is?
It's very close.
I mean, it's easy to swim if there's ever an emergency.
I would not recommend swimming if an emergency. What? No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll probably not do that.
I mean, you could potentially take a ferry.
Maybe, you know.
I wouldn't recommend that either. I just
one of the
get to the airport and we'll get you home.
Yeah, get one of the Bahamians to take you.
Yep. So now, why do we think that this would be a great place for you to recharge, maybe rekindle a romance, things like that? This is one of the rooms that they have. Now, this is going to be more of your standard lower end room, but I wanted to show you what the decor is going to look like, obviously, most of these are going to be king-size beds, which is fantastic. We're all about the romance when we're talking about Sandals most of the time, because it's really, Sandals is well known for their romance, for their weddings, for their bachelorette parties. So that's going to be the kind of the vibe that you're going to be feeling. Okay. Now, when you are staying at the Sandals Royal Bahamian, you're going to have a chance of staying in one of 3 areas. You're going to be able to stay in the East Bay or the West Bay building, so that's 2, or you're going to be able to stay in Island Village, and I'm going to show you a little bit of each one. Now, this particular room is something that you're going to see in higher floors of the East Bay and West Bay buildings, just as a heads up, because you can see in the corner, there is a little bit of a balcony right there. Now, this room, if you're wanting to go like all out, which I highly recommend that you do, this happens to be the East Bay Beachfront Swim Up Butler Suite. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know that was a lot of work. So
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the Butler Suite. Yeah.
So obviously you've got to swim out. So you're basically like you walk out the back door of your room, and right there's your swim out. You can sit there. You got a little breakfast nook area where you can spend time, and then you're overlooking that beautiful blue Bahamian water. Cannot get any better than this, in my personal opinion. I absolutely love being in the Bahamas and being able to experience that blue water. So this is definitely going to be a cream de la creme. Now, why would you want to book a Butler Suite? Well, other than having somebody wait on you hand and foot, which I would find very strange and I would have a hard time dealing with it, Scott would absolutely love it. So I would just make him handle the Butler stuff and be like, hey, I want to eat here and I want to do this. Can you talk to him and make sure it happens? Him or her. Because, I mean, butlers could be guys or girls. So
I would take care of it.
Yep, he would be more than happy to take care of it. But the other reason why you're going to want to go ahead and book that Butler suite is because you're going to be able to get private luxury transfer services to and from the airport. And what do I mean by luxury? I mean, you might be riding in a Rolls Royce or Mercedes Benz. So definitely, if you're wanting to up the ante, that's the way to do it.
I've never traveled in any of them. I've seen them go by me. I've seen them in store, in car lots and stuff like that. But I've never been in one. Yeah. Of course, I don't.
These are the higher end Mercedes too. So.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna let me, a redneck like me into the car because I don't know. I don't know.
He brings up a very good point. Yeah. So
it might be funny.
Now, these happen to be the West Bay Swim Up Suites. As you can see, they're part of what they call a river pool. And so each of these rooms are going to be connected to this little river area. And the West Bay side of the West Bay building is the building that is closer to the party pool. So right on the other side of these trees is where you're going to have that really nice pool that has the swim up bar. You're going to be able to, this is where the DJ is going to be and having different things. If you can hear Leo deciding to have dinner now, I do apologize.
Yeah, he just woke up. So, old man's got to eat. But hey, I'm going to say something about this here. Here's the funny part. How do you guys get your luggage across that water to get in that room without them getting wet? Is that that's the entrance, right?
No.
Oh, that's not an entrance? I'm kidding. I know that for a fact. But just saying, guys, you actually have an entrance on the other side that you can go into, but you can go up the front and swim around too. So don't think that your luggage has to go in.
These are not motels, people. These are high-end luxury resorts. So you will have
don't be that guy.
Entry.
Yes. Don't be that guy. When you get there, take your luggage, go over to the bar, and start carrying it across to go into your room.
Oh my gosh. You're insane.
Well,
So
back to what we were talking about.
What were we talking about? All right. Here we go. Now, this is what I would do. And to the point that I actually, my brother had asked me to help him plan something. And I'm very excited to be doing that for him. And I was like, look, I realize it's the Bahamas. I realize you've probably been there like 5 or 6 times, but check this out.
Yeah.
This is part of the island village. Now, this is going to be a private, this one in particular, I didn't write down exactly what the name of this particular suite is, and I apologize. I don't think I did. No, I did not. But you get your own private pool right off of the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's secluded. You can do whatever you want. I mean, within reason. I mean, if you want a skinny dip and you're going to brave it, somebody looking over at you, I mean, whatever. You do you, boo. But I just am absolutely in love with this island village and being able to just come in here and just relax and have my own little tropical oasis away from everything.
Those 2 chairs, I could totally see myself spending quite a few hours in those.
Yep. Yeah. I would have absolutely no issue sitting in that chair with a paperback book and just enjoying my afternoon.
Yep.
So
I'll be beside of her, sleeping, jumping in the pool, come back up, sleeping, jumping in the pool.
Yep. That's exactly what we would do. That would be our entire long weekend. It's just enjoying that and then going out to dinner.
Yep.
So, and speaking of dinner, I thought this was really cool.
Yeah, I did too.
So the Sandals Royal Bahamian has something a little bit different than what you would see on a lot of other properties. And in that they have 2 food trucks. These food trucks happen to be located within Coconut Grove. This one is called the Sweet and Tings, and it serves coffee, sweets, crepes, things of that nature. There's another food truck that they have right here in Coconut Grove, which is called, what is it called? Coco Queen. I knew I was going to mess that up. I don't know why. And they serve Bahamian tacos. So this is going to be the area that you're going to want to come to if you are looking for a party vibe. Okay. Or tacos. Bahamian tacos. So they're even better.
Tacos.
Tacos.
I love tacos.
So absolutely love this. Think this is a really great concept. And these 2 are 2 of 12 places that you can have food, restaurants right here in Sandals Royal Bahamian.
Yeah. So you will never go hungry at this resort.
Absolutely not. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more upscale and luxurious, you're going to want to come here, which is La Plume, which is a classic French restaurant, and they are going to serve breakfast and dinner. Okay, so no lunch service, but you're going to be able to have a really nice breakfast service if you're breakfast people, and you could come back and you could do a really nice dinner service.
Let's face it, if you do breakfast and then you go out and do your stuff at the resort, and then you come back and you have a nice meal at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Now, I will say that this one does need to have a reservation made, but if you're staying at Butler Suite, that Butler will take care of that for you. So, see, I'm thinking, making everything easier for you. The other property the other restaurant I want to show you. So this one happens to be Butch's Island Chop House. Now, whenever Scott and I go on a vacation, that tends to be when we splurge on our dining. We are obsessed with a good steakhouse. If you've ever watched any of our lives, you know that we've gone on and on about Steakhouse 71, the Contemporary Resort. That tends to be our favorite as of right now.
Yak and Yetis.
There's also Yak. I don't consider the steakhouse. You get the steak every time, but it's not a steakhouse.
But it's good steak.
So we like that kind of thing, okay? Now, Butch's Island Chop House was actually named after the founder of Sandals Properties, which was Gordon Butch Stewart. Everybody called him Butch, so they call it Butch's Chop House. Now, they're going to serve Midwestern grain-fed beef. They're also going to have fine fish and seafood, and a reservation is going to be required. Is everything okay?
Yeah. No, just move my hands.
Okay, so definitely think that this is a fantastic destination if you guys are into that. I know this is going to be one of those that we would definitely make sure that we had while we were on our trip. This one I thought was really cool because this one pays homage to the Duke and Duchess of Windsor and the Great Britain ties that this particular resort has. And this one is called the Queen's Pearl and is a British pub. And they serve British pub fare, including the legendary fish and chips. So we would definitely make sure that we came here, had a really great time. Now, no reservations are required here. It is first come, first serve. And they serve dinner and then late night bites as well. So if you want to make sure that you're getting yourself a good pint and then decide to have some fish and chips, you should be in pretty good shape in the evenings here.
Yep.
This one is this is the perfect one if you have a special thing that you are planning on doing. Maybe you're celebrating an anniversary. Maybe one of my clients is like, "Oh, I want to propose." This is the perfect destination to be able to do that. This is called Gordon's on the Pier, and they basically have all kinds of grilled specialties. So you're going to be able to get pan-fried scallops, a pork porterhouse, maybe a swordfish steak, surf and turf. There's all kinds of options that you're going to be able to have here, and it's going to be no reservations required. So you're going to make sure that if this is something that is definitely on your list, you get there early, or you make sure that you have your name in so that you can get a spot in the evenings. So love this one. Now, I said there were 12, didn't I? Not pictured. There is going to be a soy sushi bar where you can get all of your favorite sushi. I know I'm going to enjoy that. There is the Calico Cafe, which happens to be a seaside grill.
Ooh.
There is Kimonos, which serves Japanese fare. There is Canoe, which is an international destination. And then, of course, every all-inclusive, I think, has to have an Italian restaurant. And this one happens to be Tesoro at Sandals Royal Bahamian.
Yes.
So absolutely fantastic dining options. You don't need to leave if you want to. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
Bahamas is actually pretty tourism friendly, so you could definitely do that. But there's no reason to leave the resort if you didn't want to.
Yeah, you can fall in love and just stay right there.
Absolutely. Now, what are the things that you can do besides the obvious, which I had to put an obvious in here? They happen to have 7 pools available on resort. 7. 2 of them are what they consider main pools, one of which is really lively and has a lot of things for you to do. The other one they have designated as more of a quiet pool for you to be able to enjoy. There's also a pool on the private island that the Sandals Royal Bahamian has. I don't know if you guys even knew this or not, which happens to be Barefoot Key.
Barefoot Key. Oh,
yes.
Okay. All right.
Now, this is a short boat ride away. They have the catamaran going back and forth called the Love Runner all day long. It's a 5-minute commute to get back and forth, and it gives you the option for 2 different beaches. You have your freshwater pool that you have here as well, okay? And then they have a fantastic restaurant called Aurelia House, which serves seafood and other Caribbean flavored cuisine while you are on the island. So you can go out here and you can spend the entire day right here at Barefoot Key and never have to leave. Fantastic place for you to go snorkeling, different things for you to do while you're there. Obviously, the Aurelia House restaurant is going to be able to serve you whatever because it's part of that all-inclusive program. So definitely take advantage, spend an afternoon, spend the whole day out here. You're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. Other things that you can do, say for instance, you get caught in a monsoon for an afternoon and it's just not going to be your day. It's the Caribbean. It happens. It's a rain.
Wait, it rains there?
He's being funny, but you know what? I don't know if we've ever had to deal with the rain while we were in the Bahamas.
I don't think I've ever been in the rain when we've been there.
But it does happen.
Yeah, it does. I've seen it off in the distance.
We have been very fortunate.
Yeah.
So as you can see, they do have pool tables here as well as some other things that you can do indoors. If you are on the pickleball craze, they happen to have 4 pickleball courts that you can do outside. All kinds of different things that you can do, non-motorized water sports and things like that as well. So definitely no shortage of things for you to do. And you're going to be able to keep up with your exercise routine as well. So I am not a biking person. That is not my thing. But I think I could see your dad really enjoying that biking session right there. With
that would be a great view. Like you can't
almost enough to get you to go on.
Yeah,
right?
Like you can't get any more inspiration to go and work out than that view right there.
Yes. Now,
unless somebody was holding a donut in front of you.
Just go drive down and get a donut.
Yeah, exactly. Work out for a good half an hour and then go eat at the bar.
Yep. So now I do want to also point out that you can have other exercise. You can have private lessons while you're there doing different things. There's all kinds of different options for you to do. Those are going to be a la carte, but depending on what it is that you want to do. But like the gym itself, like what you see right here, is completely free. You can come in, get your workout on, and go. If you want to do something a little bit more intense, have a personal trainer and things like that, that is also options that are available to you.
And they're just more than bikes.
Yes, way more than that.
Yeah.
But I mean, why would I show you anything else?
Yeah, I mean, come on. That view, literally. I mean, I could sit there probably for an hour and pedal. Yeah, maybe half an hour. All right, maybe 15 minutes. All right, maybe
we're
10.
We're going to move on.
Yeah, let's go.
The other thing you can do at Sandals, all about the couples, you can actually have a couples massage right out there on the beach. As you can see, they do have the windscreens down today on this particular photo, just because sand and other things, you don't want that causing a bad massage, getting whipped and stuff by sand and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But
you don't want sand in the wrong spots.
No. You can have couples massage, there's hydrotherapy, there's all kinds of things at the Redland Spa that they have at every Sandals property. But specifically, I wanted to show you one place that you could have a really, really beautiful massage while with your significant other.
I think we're going to go there.
You do.
Yeah, right to those two beds.
You know, you see this every week that we do a live that we're going to go and we're going to do. We're going to go here now. We're never going to go here. I must be doing something right, guys. So
you make me want to go on trips.
Yes, I do.
I guess it's a good thing because you're my travel agent. So
hopefully making you guys want to go on a trip too. And then as you can see here, I did have to put in a photo of the overwater wedding chapel. This happens to be the largest one that Sandals currently has. It will seat 64 people in here. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is so beautiful. I can imagine just getting our vows renewed.
Maybe.
You know?
Yep. So definitely, whether it's a vow renewal, maybe you guys are thinking about doing a destination wedding. This might be a really great destination for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So something to think about.
Upcoming anniversaries.
Oh, see, there you go. And then I had to close things out with probably my favorite photo that I have found so far of the Sandals Royal Bahamian, and that is that beautiful sunset overlooking the docks and having flags and such in the background. Yeah. I just think that this is such a beautiful photo, and I would gladly just sit there and enjoy the sunset.
Me too. It'd be a great place just to chill and relax for the evening after a long, hard day playing on the beach and doing water sports and pickleball and playing some basketball.
All the things.
Yeah, anything that you wanted to do. Just, so beautiful.
Absolutely. And then, so that is going to wrap up everything that we have talked about with our Sandals Royal Bahamian. Tons of things for you to do. Obviously, 15-minute transfer over to Cable Beach from the airport. So very easy to get to, very easy place to leave, very easy transfers, being able to get in and out of the country. You aren't going to have too much trouble with any of that. So I really think that this is a great destination if you're wanting to dip your toes into all-inclusives, if you're wanting to maybe just like do a long weekend, but you don't want to be super far away. Exactly. I think this is going to be a great option for you.
Yeah, I do too.
And let's face it, I mean, we're in the heat of summer at this point, which is fantastic. I'm not upset about that at all. But now is the time to start thinking about whether you're going to be doing any kind of fall travel or after Christmas, maybe you need to take a long weekend and recharge like that. I'm like going for January. I would be more than up for that for my birthday. Just saying.
Yeah. No arguments here. No arguments.
Before you know it, February and Valentine's Day is coming up. So maybe you want to do something extra special next year.
Mm-hmm.
So something to think about.
I'm telling you, there's nothing like a Bahama vacation, man. I'm telling you. It is so beautiful.
I told him for years that he did not understand what I meant by Bahamian blue water.
I didn't want to leave. Like literally we got there and I'm just, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Why do we have to go back? And then she's like, but our kids are at home. I'm like, oh, well, I guess we have to go back for that. but it was so gorgeous down there. And I just can't wait to go back down again.
Yep,
so
absolutely. Now, next week, we are going to be live again at 7 p.m. We hope to see you all there. And we are going to be talking about Hawaii.
Boy.
So,
please keep talking so I can stop doing this.
I'm going to let you keep doing it. So we do hope that you guys will join us next week. We are very excited to be talking about Hawaii because a lot of people don't realize that is a destination that we can send you to. Like right there, that's the road to Hana. And we can send you so that you can go and enjoy that.
Totally.
Please do not tell me about your drive. I don't want to hear about that, but I would love to hear about Hana itself.
Yeah.
I would not do well on that drive. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, guys, as Megan said at the beginning of the broadcast, thank you to the 952 new subscribers. 952 subscribers. Welcome to the Plum Crazy family,
Yes.
as always. And guys, if you haven't done so already, please do us a great favor, like and subscribe, and follow us on all of our socials, including TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So
absolutely.
And with all that being said, guys, I think we're out of here. And are you guys ready for your next Plum Crazy adventure?
Because we are ready to get you there to Sandals Royal Bahamian.
See you next time.
Bye.